For one, uh, I had a pretty fun night the other night. Went out about 2 hours out of the city, brought the telescope, and did some
Oh yeah?
stargazing.
Hell yeah.
Got some giant, pretty pictures of the moon. Um,
Dude, that
and
rules.
it's fucking cool. It's really nice. Yeah, man. Just went out to cause you can check out light pollution maps, right? And you can see what grade your current location is, and so obviously everything on the island is just like highest grade light pollution, and then when you get to transition from like suburb to highway or suburb to farmland, you get into like
Yeah.
tier two, tier three. You're not as
But you
polluted.
but you have to go into a like dedicated sky sanctuary or a completely like depopulated area to get to your good seeing.
Yes, the best viewing is more than a day trip. I feel,
Yeah.
but for the purposes of just like a casual drive out for the night, yeah, we got out to some farm and hit a parking lot and just kind of set up and did it. And yeah, like pretty good viewing. And like it's the type of thing too where like the more you learn about like the celestial bodies and how to set things up and your accessories and tools, the better and quicker you can do it the next time. So we're also just kind of warming up to the process of like learning how to use the telescope properly. It's got a fun like little like tracking thing on it too that can like help you find things easier. Got a good look at we got well the night that we were out there, we got to see Saturn, we got to see the moon, obviously, Mars from a great distance, and Jupiter.
Well, they're
You
all
know,
very far away, yes.
so yes, but by relative comparison to other
Yeah.
heavenly bodies, you can see
Yeah.
those things shining pretty brightly in the sky when you are light polluted in general. And to be honest, they're better like viewing anyways because a lot of stars are just it's just a light in the sky that kind of twinkles even
Yeah.
at close observation. But like when you look at a planet, you get to see the form, you get to see the texture of it, the color and a lot of the distinct shapes and things. And it's real like fucking. It's just yeah, it's really
I gotta
cool.
I gotta say your timing on this is absolutely excellent. That you went out and took a look at the as close to unobstructed night sky as you could feasibly. Have you heard of Blue Walker 3?
What is that?
Blue Walker 3 is a cell phone and broadband internet satellite due to go into space this month
Hmm.
that is projected to unironically ruin the night sky, as it will be the brightest object at night save for the moon. It will be
What?
orders of magnitude brighter than every other star, including Polaris.
What the fuck? And we have no light pollution laws internationally. So fuck
Well, it's
that, right?
where it's space. Who's gonna
Yeah.
stop them?
Oh my god. Because the thing is that the bright like when it comes to like stargazing, the brightest stars can make it harder to see the ones around them. The moon as its giant bright spot makes it harder to like pick up on things around. And light pollution it's a huge problem if you're in the city. That fucking sucks, man. Um.
Yeah,
Okay. So.
goody.
Um.
So soon, light pollution won't just be in your vicinity; it'll be in the sky too. What's the satellite even going to be doing? Someone in the chat asks. It's going to provide cell phone coverage
Um.
and internet for cell phone.
And is it being piloted by Handsome Jack by any chance?
No.
Like, what the fuck, man? Okay. Okay. Why does it
So
have
I'm
to have
glad I'm glad you enjoyed that experience right now.
like so you can, for example, the ISS is something that you can track and see if you're a badass motherfucker with skills on the telescope. If you
I
know
thought
how
the
to,
ISS was long gone.
uh, well, is it or did it? No, it's still up there. Didn't they just have a conflict where uh, uh, there were Ukrainian
Oh,
um,
it's not. It's still up
astronauts?
there. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. They
there was a
did.
conflict
Yeah,
with
you're
some
right.
Ukrainian astronauts that were up there that had to land just the other day. Um, well, anyway, um, so yeah, the ISS when it orbits, it's very quick. It's like a half-hour thing, and the trouble with like telescoping things at a distance is like the rotation, obviously, of everything is quick enough that like if you center something in in the glass and then you like talk or turn and then kind of turn back to it in a few seconds, it's already moving away, you know? So
Yeah, for every foot of distance from the telescope, your degree into minutes angle is going to exponentially multiply its distance out there. So even a millimeter tap is going to represent like what, a mile, 100 miles,
however crazy, right? And on
depending how
top
far you're looking at something.
and so this thing is flying across the sky and it's like to get it to actually catch it in motion, you have to have like like tracking set up, you have to calculate, you have to do math to know where to look and land on it and can pick it up, you know. But like that's a cool thing because it's out there, we made it, it's and that's unintrusive. Why the fuck does this thing have to glow and be bright and refract
Oh,
light?
well, there's a clear reason for that. It doesn't glow. What it does is it's covered with a lot of paneling that happens to be reflective. I believe
Okay.
it's solar panels.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's shining off of sunlight reflected, similar to the moon. But any object you put in space that's big enough, it's also fucking huge, that has any reflective coating, will be bright as shit.
Awesome. Great. Well, in the meantime, I guess I'll try to see what I can. But having fun with that. And yeah, buying some lenses and accessories and kind of like getting better at like scoping out the star placement and so on. So yeah, I'm not quite somebody who can drift on a raft and make my way home just you looking at the night sky. But we're taking baby steps. We're getting there.
Have you been able to measure stellar parallax on your own equipment?
Maybe not.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
not.
that would take you like 300 years.
But I did
Hey,
look at a cool crater on the moon,
cool.
and it was pretty dope. It was very detailed.
You know, the moon is one of my favorite, like, astronomical things in terms of its history. Like, so you got the Greeks and you got various civilizations around that time and pre that, where you're talking about like the heavenly bodies, right? The pristine, perfect heavenly bodies. The Earth is mutable, the Earth changes, but up there things stay the same
Mm-hmm.
because within the time periods that you're recording it astronomically back in 1,000 or zero, they don't change. They're off by an inch every 400 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to the moon as a perfect heavenly body, and it always very strongly bothered me because you can see that the moon is not perfect with the naked eye. Like, you can
What?
see craters on the moon
When you say
with
perfect, you
your,
mean like smooth and spherical?
I mean smooth,
Oh,
unchanging,
yeah. Okay. Okay.
perfectly shaped,
Sure.
etc.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can see that the moon has fucking holes in it from here.
Yeah. Sure. It's a rock. I mean, why would I
No,
expect
man.
it to not be full of holes and I guess
Everything up there in the spheres and the fucking,
what are
oh
these
god,
expectations that the
the
things in space would
firmament.
be perfectly spherical and they're fucking rocks and gas, dude. Like,
You got to go back and punch Aristotle in the face for this.
okay, well, um, either way, I got a pretty decent photo.
Hold on! Stop making up a historical guy to get mad at? You mean Aristotle?
Look how big. Look how big that is.
It's large.
I got a huge, crisp, detailed picture. Yeah. It's like a Bayonetta logo.